Hello students, in this lecture we will deal the zeolite process. This process is a water softening method. As we know that the water may contain different kinds of the hardness like temporary and permanent hardness. So to remove this hardness, different kind of the method are available, where one of the most important method is the zeolite, also known as the permutic process. So in this process that zeolite is utilized to remove of the hardness from the water. So zeolite is chemically defined as the hydrated sodium aluminosilicate. The formula of this Na2OAl2O3 XSiO2 and YH2O, where X and Y are the number of moles of silicate dioxides and water. So by the combination of X and Y, the different kinds of the zeolites can be prepared, and zeolites is available in the form of natural zeolites and synthetic zeolites. So the whole things we have discussed earlier. So generally zeolites can be represented by the Na2Ze and commonly NaZ only. Okay, so in this method the hard water is percolated at the specific rate through the bed of zeolites. So this is the whole diagram of the zeolite process, where hard water initially the hard water is passed through here, and this is the zeolite bed is here, and zeolite bed is also contain the gravel. So initially the hard water is entered through this inlet point and pass through to the zeolite bed in the form of sprinkle form. So since zeolite is the porous structure where can be retained the temporary and permanent hardness like calcium and magnesium ions into these zeolite bed, means they can be trapped easily by the zeolite bed, and the outgoing water is free from the hardness and only having the sodium salts. So this the different reaction is chemical reaction is occurred here, where these zeolites can be react with temporary hardness causing substances and as well as the permanent hardness. So where these calcium and magnesium ions can be trapped by the zeolite is here. So it can form that sodium zeolite is converted into the calcium zeolite and magnesium zeolite similarly like this way, and the salts of sodium salts is also formed is here. So this reaction is occurred here, then the water is passed through to the zeolite's bed. So this sodium zeolite is converted into the calcium and magnesium zeolites, where the calcium and magnesium salt is present into the hard water, so it can be trapped by the zeolite bed and soft water can be found from here. So this is the continuous reaction process. So after some time that sodium zeolite is completely converted into the calcium magnesium zeolite. So it is known as the exhausted, means after some time the zeolite is completely converted into the calcium and magnesium zeolite, so it got be exhausted. So at this stage the hard water is stopped, the supply of hard water is stopped, and this is the brine solution, means 10% of NaCl solution can be passed through the same way. It supply of the hard water is stopped is here, and now the supply of the brine solution is start, and it can also be passed through the zeolite bed into the sprinkle form, means in spray form. Okay, so these NaCl, now NaCl will react with zeolite, means calcium zeolite and magnesium zeolite, where these chemical reactions occur, means that calcium zeolite and magnesium zeolite is react with NaCl, where it is again formed to the sodium zeolite, means it is the reclaim, it can be regenerated. So it can be easily regenerated by the brine solution, and this washing CaCl2 and magnesium chloride can be drained from the this point. So it can be drained from the this point when with the pass through the brine solution to the zeolite bed. So calcium zeolites again converted into the sodium zeolites, and the washing of calcium chloride and magnesium chloride can be drained out from the this point. Okay, so this is the whole process is occurred here. So this is known as the regeneration. In regeneration we have to activate it, that zeolite, by the pass of brine solution. Brine solution is known as the 10% NaCl solution. So this is the whole process of zeolite process, where we can remove the hardness from the water and soft water is easily obtained. So there are different kinds of the advantage of zeolite process. One of the most important advantage of zeolite process is the low cost and easy. It requires less skill of maintenance as well as less operation cost. It requires less time for softening process, and it can be easily operating, and this process automatically adjusts, means though we have to apply to the hard water and brine solution, it is uh, automatically adjust itself. So the equipment is occupied the small space, and it can be removed the hardness almost completely, means 10 ppm hardness is produced only. So this is a very effective technique in industry. So somehow it is also having some limitations. This method is only replace the calcium magnesium ion but leave the acidic ions, means bicarbonate in the form of bicarbonate and carbonate. So these acidic ions such in the softened water. So the high turbidity water cannot be used in this technique, because the turbidity water, there are the different kinds of the pores, they can be damage to the zeolite beds, and it can be also create the different kinds of the problem. So there are the some limitation of this technique. Otherwise this technique is very effective, very low, cost effective, easy to use, and very important technique. So in this technique we have to we have to convert the hard water into the soft water. So I hope you understand all the things. If you have any doubt, you can send to me the email. Thank you very much.